Right now, it's almost impossible for parents to actually figure out how individual schools and teachers are performing because they've made it so complicated with the information. The starting point for improvement is good information. And so one thing we can do right now, and I would do, is make sure you have a simple letter grade for every school and every teacher. So we can see who's performing well, who's performing badly, reward the good teachers, remove the bad teachers.
Does the legislature have to sign off on that, or could you do that on your own?
We have the information. We don't need any legislative input for
and
that.
Explain to me how you're going to get that through the CTA, the most powerful union in the state.
They have no say in it. The information is already there.
You're saying publicize existing information.
Exactly right. Clarify it to parents. That as the starting point for putting power in parents' hands to actually make changes. My friend and colleague at my policy organization, Golden Together, Gloria Romero, she was the Democrat leader of the state Senate back more than a decade ago. She wrote a law back then, she's a Democrat, called the Parent Trigger Law. And the point of the Parent Trigger Law was to enable parents, when schools were failing and kids were not doing well, to trigger, hence the name, changes, whether that's removing a principal or the superintendent or converting to a charter school, all of those things. She wrote that law as a Democrat. Ever since then, the legislature, of course, controlled by the teacher unions, have been reducing the information that's available and the accountability and reducing the amount of power.
You just told me the teachers union doesn't have power.
They don't have power over the providing of the information.
Oh, you're being so naive, Steve. The California Teachers Union is one of the biggest problems in our state.
Of course it is. Of course it is. That's why we agree, violently agree, that we have to break the public school monopoly. But and so the first stage, publish the information so we know what's going on. Which schools?
So it's a meritocracy.
First stage, publish the information. Second stage, actually start to put power back in parents' hands to make changes. For example, the charter schools, which have progressively over the years, they've made it harder and harder for schools to convert into charters so that they can set their own curriculum and teach the way that they want out of the control of the teacher unions. And they've made it more difficult. I just sat down with the head of the Charter Schools Association to go into detail about how through the State Board of Education, which the governor appoints, you can make changes to the process for becoming a charter that would actually accelerate the move away from the public school teacher union controlled monopoly.